An American woman evacuated from China as the deadly coronavirus continues to spread filmed her journey and evacuation flight home with her 8-year-old daughter.
Priscilla Dickey filmed and photographed her journey to the U.S. from the city of Wuhan, the epicenter of the outbreak, which included being picked up by a cab driver in a hazmat suit, deserted city streets, and an airport filled with people wearing masks.
Dickey's footage, shared with CNN, shows her being driven through the city of 11 million people, which appears almost completely empty as it undergoes a lockdown and its public transport links are severed, and a plane full of masked passengers.
At one stage, before boarding her flight chartered by the U.S. State Department, Dickey says to the camera while wearing a mask, "Now, it's starting to finally hit me that I'm going to go America."
She says of seeing health screenings and masked officials in the airport, "I'm just realizing the scope of the situation I'm in."
You can watch the video in CNN's report here.
The U.S., like many other countries, is evacuating its citizens from Wuhan.
The U.S. is quarantining people who arrive in from Wuhan at military bases for 14 days after their arrival. Passengers who arrive on commercial flights from China are being rerouted to certain U.S. airports, where they may face quarantine.
Dickey had hoped to be on an earlier State Department flight last week, which was the first flight evacuating Americans.
But instead her and her family were left in Wuhan for another week after the family was unable to locate her 8-year-old daughter Priscilla's passport in time.
An earlier evacuation flight was filmed by Jard Evans, a U.S. citizen who filmed his journey back last week.
Evans described Wuhan as a ghost town since the city's lockdown began, and said he got multiple health checks on his flight back.
Wuhan is among a collection of cities under lockdown, affecting more than 50 million people.
You can watch his video, shared by CNN, here.
The virus has now killed more than 560 people, including 2 people outside of China.
The vast majority of cases are in China, where it has infected more than 27,000 people, and it has spread to at least 25 other countries.
The virus can spread from person to person, but health officials say they still do not understand how easily it can do this.